Voices from the Mausoleum is brought to you by the You Run Podcast Network and yourunpodcast.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Voices from the Mausoleum, and welcome to the episode Found Footage Fridays.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Happy Found Footage Friday.
Yes. And a good one this week.
How was that for enthusiasm? Was that believable? I put in the extra.
I don't know. I gotta go for another take.
Yeah. You know what? It's a good day to do these, or to have these up. It's alliteration. We love it. We're here for Found Footage.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, Coffee Cup, we don't have. Well, we have alliteration, but not for Sunday. Espresso Sunday. I don't know. I'm trying to think of S words.
We'll work on that, and then we'll get back to everybody. That's why I'm saying, because
we're not changing it. I like the Coffee Cup. We're keeping that name.
Yeah, and believe me, I scoured the internet to make sure nobody else was doing this when I started the series back with Tom, and it didn't exist, which is crazy to me.
It is one. I feel like that's not an easy one, but like I feel
it is though. Like Found Footage Fridays, who doesn't? I mean, but yeah. So we're back talking found footage. Another newer one, but this one actually came out in 2023. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to give Mattopod on Twitter a mad shout for this one, because he actually watches all of our found footage episodes. He's somebody that when Tom and I had to take that break last year, he was messaging concerns, wanting to make sure everything was okay. And he's just very engaged with the show and really, really loves found footage and is always sending me found footage recs. And this was his rec. He said, "Have you ever heard of this?" I was like, "No, never heard of it." He sent me his login to watch this on Apple TV. That's how badly he wanted me to give this a shot. And
that's awesome.
I logged in and I watched it, and I was like, "Oh my God." He is also the one that got me connected with that alien one. The something of silence, I can't think of what it's called, but anyway, the Gulf of Silence. But
that's the one that sort of went away.
Huh? Yeah.
That's the one that was all secret. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was super controversial. Yes. And it shouldn't have been. And I feel so bad for the filmmaker, because it is a phenomenal mockumentary about aliens. It's so good. But anyway, so he recommended this. I'm going to put a link, or at least his tag or whatever, for Twitter in the description, because he has fantastic found footage recommendations. If you ever are looking for more stuff to watch. But the Marui video is from 2023. Short synopsis: the video evidence of a murder, which is especially brutal and graphic, that shouldn't be released to the public. A reporter who has access to the prosecutor's office hears about a cursed tape in the video archive and begins reporting on it. Super vague. I'm here for it. I love when they do that. That tells you literally nothing about the movie, other than there's a moida. But that's.
They because on the surface, right, it has, you're just like, oh, it's The Ring, or oh, it's this, and it is very layered.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's also probably why I keep wanting to call it tapes instead of video.
Oh, true, cursed tapes. Yeah. I think this film in general is yes, you definitely get elements of The Ring or Grudge, but you get this true crime element, which is really cool.
Oh yeah, it's that man.
It's it really is just this investigative mockumentary, and it's really cool, because when you first hear about this brutal murdering tape, you're thinking, oh, okay, is this also going to be going Poughkeepsie tapes territory, or
sure?
And but it's really we're not in spoilers, but no, I thought it was really cool.
Right.
It was very engaging, kind of goes in a lot of different directions.
Sorry, I was looking up where it was made. It's a Korean found footage horror.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember, so I wanted to look that up really quick.
Yes, yeah. So it's a South Korean film. The Korean horror is fantastic, and there's a lot of Korean TV shows. I love what they produce over there, especially in the horror sphere.
Yeah, no, me too. And I think if you're looking for something that this is kind of in the same vein as, because I'm looking up really quick where that one was made. It's Japanese. Why did I not know that? Noroi, The Curse is a Japanese horror found footage movie, but it is, I'm telling you, if you did not know, Like if you were to just be given like shots of this with no language and you didn't know for sure by the people or anything that one was Japanese and one was Korean, you would 100% think it was the same filmmaker. Like they're done so, and I don't mean that as a complaint. I think that what they do as individuals is very, very well done. And so
how far apart are they in year?
Naroi came out a while ago. It came out in 2005, and this came out in 2023.
Maybe I think I was confusing these two, Marui and Naroi, because I definitely have seen them. Okay, yeah, because they're very similar names as well.
They do, and there's a lot of similarities in film styling and techniques and stuff like that. But I won't focus on that one. Maybe we can do that one another time because that one is terrifying. It's so good. It's up there with like Ganjiam. But anyway. Yeah, so the Marui, and I'm assuming we're saying this correctly. I apologize if we're not. Marui video is phenomenal. It's such a great found footage. The storytelling in this and the way that this, when I tell you this story gets bananas, it gets bananas. Like you think like, you know, you're just watching something gruesome on video. So maybe that's the curse, right? You watch it, like you said, it like reminiscent of The Ring. But when the pieces of this puzzle start to unfold, there are like a lot of oh shit moments in this where you're just like, I'm sorry, what? Like, and it happens more than once. The crime element in this is like, I don't know of another horror movie that did crime this well. Like, it's just so well done.
No, I definitely want more like true crime inspired, not true, I guess not true crime, but just crime, you know, inspired horror. Like this would be really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, the closest thing is like, I guess Long Legs is coming out, and that's going to be, but that's more in the vein. It's not found footage, obviously, but that's more in the vein of like
Poughkeepsie tapes.
Poughkeepsie, I did see. Yeah, that's crime.
Tapes would be in the same vein. It's not told in the same way though, but it's in this. I would say it was in the same vein. This like crime thriller sub genre.
Yeah. No, I think it really works well in this in this format.
Yeah, I also did. You know, as far as like it being scary, there are moments where I felt super anxious waiting on something to happen. I'm like, any moment now.
There's a lot of there's not a lot of jump scares.
No, it's all atmospheric stuff.
It's all atmosphere. There is creepy stuff in it, right? You are seeing the things, but they're not like cheap scares.
No, they didn't rely on that to get you. They rely on atmosphere and story building because these when they point out these things to you, because they do this camera thing, which they also do this in The Curse, Noroi the Curse, is they zoom in. So like there's something that happens, and then like it would in a documentary or like a paranormal investigation show, they zoom in. And I think that works really well because when you are watching something, at least for me as a viewer, when I'm watching something and I know that it's there, or I find out that it was there the whole time and I didn't see it or I didn't catch it, there's something super unsettling about that. And so that technique in this format just worked really well for me. Freaked me out.
Oh yeah, that slow-mo zoom in is like, because then you really feel like you're watching like a documentary.
You're like, this is real life. Yeah. Really great.
I'm sure, there's only other non-spoilery things to say about it. But like, I think it was, paced very well.
Oh, I totally agree.
There's very clear acts in the movie, and then it takes like these big swings. The performances here are very good.
Yep. I totally agree. I think the effects, the blood and the things that we do see, the ritualistic stuff that's involved in some of the storytelling was really well done and intriguing and captivating and insane and just crazy. Like it's crazy to me when I find stuff like, I know this one's a little bit newer, so I'm not like so far out of the loop on it, but like I have never heard anyone talk about this one except Matt. He's the only person I know that even knows this movie exists. And so I'm like, if he hadn't told me about this, this would be like a super like hidden gem. Like I wouldn't even know. It's crazy because it's just that good in my opinion. Like,
no, absolutely. And I hope people do go out and rent it.
Worth it, more than worth it.
Yeah.
Just buy it, actually. I
Well, I was
think.
like, yeah, it was like I said, it's cheaper to buy than to rent.
Just buy it. I think it has high rewatch value, genuinely, because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
rewatched it today to prepare for our chat for it, and it was almost like experience it, because there really is so much going on in the story that you pick up on things a little bit quicker, and you're catching up on things that you might have missed the first time around or whatever. But yeah, it's just buy it. I think it's more than worth it, especially if it's more to rent it than it is to buy it. I think it has a lot of rewatch value, so just do that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What do you rate this?
I give it a 9 out of 10. It's
Okay.
I don't, yeah, perfect. I can't say it's perfect,
For sure.
but I'm gonna give it a 9. I would really
Yeah.
watch it.
I'm not too far. I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Okay.
The only reason I'm not giving it a 9, I think, is it could have been probably a little more scary. But
Oh,
other than
sure.
that, like for a story, I'm telling you, Steve, like for a story to just completely catch me off guard, that almost never happens to me.
Yeah.
And like I remember watching this for the first time, and you're kind of going through it with them as they're learning all these things, you're learning it too. And just when everything comes full circle and everything is explained, I was just like, what? It's
Yeah.
crazy. So anyway, it's so well done, and it does the crime elements really, really well. It's definitely a horror movie. There's some stuff going on with it that definitely puts it in the category of horror, but I do think it could have been a little bit scary. That's the only reason it doesn't get any higher. But I mean, 8.5 is really solid, because I mean, 1,000% I would rewatch this. 1,000% I would recommend it to people. So
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm like curious, like what they would, how they could boost up the scares, because I wonder part of it was like if they didn't do as much for like budgetary reasons, because sometimes if it was like
it's
a lot
possible.
more,
If that, yeah, and if that's what it is, they did incredible with what they had. I
Yeah.
mean, they went really simplistic. Girl.
Simplistic. That's like the Mary Poppins. That's like the Mary
Simpler,
Poppins pronunciation during a song.
simplerly. What is happening? Yeah, they went very simplistic with the scares in this, but I think, I think it works because the focal point really is the crime story part of it. And to do that and to make it work so well in a horror setting, I mean, that's a testament to the writing. I'm just saying, like, to be able to do I don't know, like, I can't recommend this movie enough, sincerely.
Yeah.
If you are watching this episode and you have not seen the Marui video, then please go give it a chance, because it's worth it. It's worth every penny. Like, it's just that good.
And they put a lot in. I mean, because this is not a long movie either. This is
It's
like your
just about an
standard
hour and a half, I think.
hour and a half standard found footage length.
An hour 27 or something, I think. It's really close, whatever it is. It's a billion hours if you watch it on something with ads. But I mentioned last week that I have a link that I watched it on with ads. I'll put it in the description if I remember. Because if you don't want to buy it. But anyway, nothing too sketchy. I didn't have to download anything. My phone still works. No one's stolen my identity, nothing like that. So it should be fine. But yeah, no, it's so good. I'm ready to talk spoilers. Are you ready?
I was just about to ask. Put on them spoilers. So the whole like father uncle twist that I thought that was
What the heck, right? Like,
wild.
Okay, because here's the thing, right? They don't give you all of anything until the end. We don't get all of the murder tape until the end. We don't get all of the storyline with the Ami family until the end. We don't get what happened to I can't remember her name. It starts with the E. The reporter lady girl.
Is it Umi, or
it's something with an E, right?
Eun. I'm gonna have to go on IMDb because
that's fine. But she, like, so I love this type of storytelling. There are 3 stories going on, 3 different stories, and we literally are getting them in segments together, right? And as the segments go on, I mean, to be able to write something like this and to keep that shit straight, like, it's insane. But I love that. I love that we don't get the whole video until the end. I love that we don't get the whole story until the end, because there's so much going on and it's so captivating that you're there for it. You're like, I'm ready. Like, whenever we get to the end and I learn all this, I know I'm going to be ready. And then you aren't, because they interview the guy, Cho, and they interview him and they're like, okay, he's like, oh yeah, the boy like killed his family, and he's like making the boy the crazy person, right?
Right,
And
right.
the boy is who we see in the mirror in the
In the video,
murder
like in the
tape,
yeah.
the actual video itself. And he's like, oh yeah, he went crazy, killed his family, and burned himself up. And you're like, dang, that's wild. Like, but why did he do that? Why is he still there? What's the situation, right?
Mhm.
Then come to find out that he's like, oh no, they didn't have that little girl didn't have it. They didn't have a dad. And then this
Oh,
other random guy is like, oh no, or this one, it's a woman. This woman's like, oh no, like she had someone that she called that, or that she called uncle, or I can't remember what it was, something to that effect.
yeah, yeah.
And then like, I'm like, okay, so he's not who he says he is. He's lying.
Right.
And then you get the picture from the hospital of him sitting in that wheelchair, and then there's another guy, and I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, I mean, like, you really unravel it like a mystery, like perfectly. They sprinkle it in throughout,
Yeah.
very well. Because, like you said, like you're learning as like the investigators are learning.
Oh, it's
Um,
so smart filmmaking, Steve. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, and then when they find I know this is kind of jumping ahead a little bit, but then when they find the body under the stairs, I was
Mm.
like, he is a psychopath. Like, he got out the hospital, came home, killed everybody, took on, and then let his son take the fall for it. That's insane. He should have stayed in that hospital. Like,
Clearly.
he's nuts.
So I
Oh
know,
my
like, should really
God.
explain. So it shut down. They
Yes.
thought he died or something. He just like sort of he just disappears. Like,
Yeah.
without a trace. Like they don't. Yeah.
Yeah, he disappears. He takes on his brother's persona,
Right. Pretends to be the
basically.
brother.
But then kind of, yeah, it's like off the grid, right? Like nobody even knows.
It's crazy.
I'm telling you
I
though,
love a good twin story
when she
too.
kills him at the end, I was like, yes.
Oh, was I say again? But at the end?
When she kills him at the end, when she
Oh,
finally gets to enact the revenge, because the son possesses her right to kill him or
right, so,
whatever.
right. That's the whole point of the curse, right?
That's the whole point of
There's
it.
this, like,
Yeah.
that's where like the grudge really comes in, right? When like something horrible happens, it's like this
It
evil.
leaves an imprint.
It leaves
Yes,
an imprint, and so like this boy's
for
spirit is
sure.
sort of like reenacting murder.
Right. Oh, and the guy, yeah. So because okay, then so we get this like the scene where she goes to the shamans.
Hmm.
I loved that scene. I thought that
The
was so
exorcism,
good. Huh?
or the exorcism part, or the first part where they first.
No, the part with the bathtub.
Yes, yes.
Yes. I just think like I love scenes like that. Like that was some of my favorite stuff in Exuma. Like I love that stuff. And so I was like, this is wild. And then there's these little bits of like conversation that we get with her. Like there's that one part where she's on video and she's talking to the other filmmaker or the other reporters, and she's like, "Oh, yeah." She's like, "Do you remember that movie?"
Oh
And
yeah, yeah, yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
look, I have goosebumps. I was like, because, and then we see later in the video from the actual murder, him asking the dead girlfriend the same stuff.
Yeah, the same
And
speech, the
then
same. Yeah.
the yard thing, she asked when she's in the middle of the not seance, in the middle of the exorcism thing, she's like, who are you waiting in the front yard for? And I'm like, who are you waiting in the front? You know, I'm like so into it. You can't tell I was super into this movie. I love it. And so anyway, but the end sequence, right, where she's standing there and she's like sobbing as the son,
Is this?
and
Yeah.
she's saying, and she's like, you never came, and I waited. My heart, like I was just like, oh.
Mm, I know the
And then
pain.
you came home and you did that to your family and you let them blame your son for how long? Come on, man.
Was it
He deserved what he got
87?
10 times over.
Right. It was like 87, right? It was like 84 to 87. He was away, right? And then that's what they said. Yeah,
Oh my
man.
God, you have a
For it
great
to then
memory.
sort of become this really cool revenge story at the end.
Oh, I loved it though.
Yeah, no, it's amazing.
I love it. He's like, they're like, oh, well, he went to his shrine. That's the least he could have done. Like, who cares? That means literally nothing to
It
me.
was
Like,
like
I know it's a
guilt,
big deal, but
maybe. Right, yeah, that's it. He
it
didn't
had
know.
to be because, but then he like straight lied to the reporters with like
Hmm.
a straight face. He was just like, they didn't have a father. He was crazy. He just he killed everybody and burned himself up. You lit your son on fire after you killed your wife and your little girl. Like,
Yeah.
bro, and you killed your brother and put him in a barrel with rocks or whatever the hell that was and put it under the stairs. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, Asian crime stories and Asian crime
What?
horror stories, they go there.
I
In a
need I need more like stat. Like I need
Yeah.
so many more because
The thing is that's how brutal, like, the histories are for, like, Ring and The Grudge and all of that, like,
it's super brutal. You're
yeah,
right.
it's very, like, yeah, like, cold, heartless murder and
Man,
creating
it
these
got
these
my heart up just talking about it. Yeah, I'm telling you, like it that is such an insane story. Like,
Yeah. I want more from this director.
heck
Um,
yes.
are they so IMDb sucks. There are literally 3 people on the IMDb. They
Oh,
none of the there's female reporter, so I'm assuming our main character, but they don't even give
oh,
her the name. Um,
crazy.
that's crazy. Yeah, no, it is wild.
It can
Um,
be.
Upcoming unknown chef. I don't know what that is. It's a game.
This is done by you. Yeah,
I guess they're doing a game show, but they have a movie called Fatal Intuition. Might
yeah.
have to go check that out.
That's it, though, huh? I'm looking at it.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's it. 2 movies.
Well, please, if you're
Please
watching,
do more.
please do more because I loved this movie. Like, this is easily like I'm telling you, like Asian found footage horror. That's where it's at. I'm telling you, like it's
Oh,
so
sure.
good. Because what this was Korean. Noroi the Curse was
That's
Japanese.
Japanese. One of
Um,
them is Korean.
Korean. That's right. I think yeah. I mean,
Um,
yeah. I can't even like.
yeah.
Please give me more. Yeah, this story. Oh man, it was so good. And then she gets locked away for killing everybody. That's how the movie ends. They like take her.
They take her and she's like, well, I guess it sort of I mean, thematically, right? It gets pinned on the sun, right? So it's sort of like she gets, she
And because she did kill their friend. She just
technically
wasn't
did
being cruel.
it.
She also
But,
killed her cat. So
wow, and the blood was dripping. That was
I'm
crazy.
so glad they didn't show it though. That's the only reason I was able to get through that scene.
That's a good way. No, that's a good way to do it. Is I like,
And
and that's creepier too.
the sounds that were being made at the time that all of that. Oh God,
Like the squishy
so
sounds.
good.
I know. Oh,
Oh, and the scene where she's sitting it's right before that, where she's sitting in the bed and you get that shot behind her and the camera zooms in and you're like, and then it zooms back out and then she reacts.
mm-hmm.
And
So
then
the
she
cabinet
is it with the cabinet? The
there's like a
window,
hand in
her
the cabinet.
window.
It's towards the
Her
end.
window?
Oh no. I'm thinking sorry when she's talking on the video chat.
Yeah, when she's talking video chat.
So there's like
Oh, yes.
there's like the cabinets up there, and there's like a hand.
Yeah, and it's like, and she's doing this, right? Like she's looking, and
Hmm.
then she's like, "Someone's here," and she starts like scream like this.
Yeah. Well, yeah, reenacting kind of the whole because that's part of the speech that she's giving, right? As the son,
Yeah, because she talks about the movie first, right? And then she's like,
movie, the
she
house.
asks about the movie, and then she says, yeah. It's like it's all a big circle of events that just keep
Yeah.
replaying, sort of. Yeah, but oh, so good. I love this movie. Like Matt, I know you're hanging out and watching, and we appreciate you so much. Thank you for recommending this.
Oh
It's
yeah,
really
Matt.
really great.
That
He
was
has super solid found footage choices.
keep them coming. If you have any more, like
Yeah,
like
hit us
Korean
up.
or Japanese found
I
footage.
think he's sent me a few, and I think of all the ones I know we've talked about, I think only 2 of them he liked and I wasn't a super big fan of, but still though, I mean, I
Hmm.
would have never watched this. You probably wouldn't never watch this.
I didn't hear about. I don't
So
know. Yeah.
seems like I just watch whatever Angel says.
But when it comes to found footage, I'm like, yeah, you pick them on all, Although I did, because and through my search, I mean, granted, I mean, people know Deep House, but I was like, let's do Deep House, So
No, you did. That one was all you. And then yeah, like this was really good. And I just, yeah, oof. I loved it. It was emotional. It was crazy. There were parts of it that were really scary.
Yeah.
Very
No,
well done.
this
And
is
the
this will
acting,
be
if
a
I didn't say this already, is like bar none. The acting in this is phenomenal.
oh, no, the performances are great, yeah.
So good, right?
No,
Yeah.
especially I think our lead, who gets possessed and, like, her whole story.
Yeah. And I know he technically doesn't have like a lot of on camera time, but the boyfriend that kills the girlfriend,
Oh,
he was
yeah, yeah.
super convincing.
Creepy, yeah.
That part, Steve, when he's like trying to brush it off of him. Oh,
Well, you talk about, like, with a small on-screen role, I mean, to really just sort
it-
of embody a character who just did something
it's
horrible,
impactful though. Like,
it's, like, impressive.
that was so scary. I did not like that. Like,
And what
I'm
an
like, what
iconic
is
image. But
it?
maybe because they showed the video so many times throughout, but just sort of like I could picture that bedroom perfectly, right? The
Oh,
TV, the
100%.
bed, and the door. Like it's just so and the colors they use, it's like they did a really just good job at sort of like creating images that get like stuck.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I totally agree because yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, but if you can't tell, this is a big recommendation from us.
yes,
2 thumbs
please
up.
go watch it. Yes, and again, massive shout to Matt for recommending it because great job on that because it was so good. We both liked it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
cool.
Yeah.
Well,
So I think we'll take down our spoilers now.
oh yeah, I think we're good. Um, yeah, well,
Like I
cool.
don't know what we're doing next. Our
We
next.
haven't
We'll figure
gotten
it out.
there. We haven't gotten there yet. We'll figure it out. We do know that if you've been following along with news, because I think Bloody Disgusting reported on this maybe, but there is a Ghost Watch-esque
Mhm.
mockumentary that's going to be coming out on Screenbox sometime in the fall.
Well, that'll be fun. I think we're gonna do a watch along. You said.
We are going to do a watch along on that one. We'll do it, and if we can make it work, we'll do it on a Friday. So that'll be like our
That'll
found
be
footage Friday.
fun.
And
When's
yeah,
Halloween
so
fall on this year?
huh?
Is it come out around Halloween or is it more like September?
I don't remember. I thought it just said fall. Did it have a release date?
Halloween's on a Thursday this year.
Um,
What's the name of the movie? I don't know. Forget.
I just saw Ghost Watch and they compared it to Ghost Watch and
Yeah, you
oh,
tagged me.
Late Night with the Devil, huh?
Yeah, you tagged me in it.
Yeah.
It is Haunted Ulster. So that's British,
That's it.
right?
Okay.
Ulster's British, I think.
I think so, yes.
Do you know
That makes sense with the comparison to Ghost Watch. Yeah.
Yeah. This fall, no date.
Yeah. So, but we'll talk it up when we get closer so people can come hang out and watch it with us. It'll be on Screenbox. So most horror fans have that one now. I think I have Tasha's, but yeah. So we are going to do something kind of different with that. We wanted to do, and we're also coming up on 100 episodes.
Oh yeah, we'll have to do something special.
So we need to do something. We need to plan something for that. But anyway, all right, cool. Well, I think that's all I have for this episode of Found Footage Fridays. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us as always. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your week coming up, and Steve and I will see you in the next one.
Yeah.